This is not something HR is going to tell you about. This is not something your boss is going to sit down in a annual review and say, hey, by the way, this year, one of your goals is you can begin your retirement years before your actual last day. I realize that everybody assumes, and by everybody I mean everybody but you and possibly the rest of you that are watching, because you're watching. Most people believe that retirement begins that first day you're not waking up and going to get your paycheck, that you're not sitting in traffic, packing a lunch, figuring out what time to set the alarm, etc., that's the beginning of retirement. And I realize that's not it at all. For me, and I'm here to tell you for you, I've started, and I encourage you to start, considering different ways that you can start living retirement now while you're still in the sweet spot of a job that you still enjoy, a paycheck that you definitely enjoy, and the built-in health benefits, or the built-in benefits period, whatever those benefits may be, the socialization, the routine to life, etc. But retirement's coming, and eventually we're all going to be shown the door, whether we open it or it's open for us. So let's talk about 7 ways that I can begin getting ready for retirement and looking forward to it. Some of us may be going, oh, retirement, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's start figuring that out now. This all started for me because one day I was sitting in traffic and my nephew had sent me a text, and instead of going home and doing my usual routine of getting things unpacked, repacked, ready for work, getting to bed at a respectable hour so I could get up and be fresh for the office the next morning, he wanted to go fishing. I said, why the hell not? Why put myself through another Monday of trying to get it all done so I could embrace Tuesday and rinse and repeat? No. Life is way too short, and it's time that I start living like I'm retired now. Live like you're dying. I'm going to live like I'm retiring. So let's do this. So I call this the glide retirement. I'm here. I've been working at full freaking force for decades. This most recent job, love it. High intensity, major production. But I've got to catch my breath. And I have given up a lot of things in order to perform at the level to which they're expected. And now I need to start gliding into this next chapter of my life. So this is how I'm doing it. I'm going to turn my evenings into my retirement hours. This is where I'm going to give myself permission. Yes, I've still got to set out the gym clothes and pack the lunch and all that for myself for the next day. But the rest of the night, do I have to sit there and answer email? Mentally walk through today's meeting minutes and prepare for tomorrow? No. I'm turning the switch off, and I'm going to start using my evenings for things that I enjoy. Is that fishing every night? Probably not. But there'll be other things. Pursuing my passion projects in the evening. Now, I get up really, really early in order to do this crazy 3-hour round-trip commute to work every day, but my evenings are my wind-down time. So for me personally, I'm going to start doing some self-care, maybe some meditation, unplugging from technology so that my psyche, my brain has a chance to reset. What are you going to do with your evening? Mornings are my stretch of personal time, and that's where I will probably in reverse do my retirement glide, more so in the mornings than the evenings. Outside of the morning workouts and the commute, spend a couple of hours pursuing the passion projects that will hopefully, no, not even hopefully, they will be around when I am no longer reporting to the office and drawing a regular paycheck. Mini retirement days. This started for me last year. I took one day. I played hooky. And I'm not a hooky player. I got in trouble in high school for that. So I pretty much show up when I'm supposed to show up. But I called in sick when I wasn't. I know. Gasp. I know. But it was revolutionary for me to be able to casually have a cup of coffee, to walk my property in the early spring when it's still cool enough in Texas with less humidity and I'm not dying out there walking in the woods. But listening to the birds sing, seeing the flora and the fauna, the baby deer. It was, oh, this was the pace of life I need. So my glide to retirement probably started that day last year. Not ready to make the jump, still enjoying my paycheck and my benefits, but I'm preparing and I'm giving myself the opportunity to take some of those mini retirement days. So I encourage you as well. You got comp time you've been burning at the end of the year because you can't carry it over. You got vacation that you're not taking. Stop it. At least give yourself one self-care day a month if you're not taking your vacation for actual long stretches of vacation. You deserve it, and it's one heck of a way to start preparing for your glide retirement. Something else I'm doing is I am protecting my energy. Most of my career, everything went into the job. Personal life, I would tick the boxes with the birthdays and the holiday get-togethers, etc. with family and friends, but every ounce of excessive energy went into the job. Not now. I have a single bucket of energy and ability for a day. And I take the first cut for me. Those are those passion project hours I'm doing in the mornings before I ever get in the car and drive to my job. I am using first cut for me. So I'm protecting my energy not only for what I want and need, but I'm giving it to those in my life who I have not paid enough attention to. My mother's still with us. She won't be forever. I'm spending more time with her. Just sitting in the sunshine, having a conversation about nothing. It can be about the birds or the color of the car that just passed by in front of the home. It does not matter. But I'm protecting my energy and redividing it to things that bring me more joy and more value than giving it all to the office. I'm still doing a great job. They're still getting more than the average Joe around there or the average Jen. But the majority of my energy, it's invested back into me now. Building the life that I'm moving toward. Yes, exactly. That's what this is about. Glide retirement is slowly releasing the shackles of decades of working outside the house or working at the house, but letting go of everything that we have been intensely doing for all these years. Now, will I completely stop working? Probably not, but I'm not going out and getting another job. My passion projects, is going to be what I do. But I'm building the life that I want to live. I have started kitting up for some of the retirement activities that I've been putting off until I have the time. And let's stop calling them retirement activities. They're next chapter activities. I'm finally going to pursue going to visit these majestic trees around the United States and the world that have always fascinated me. I know it's one of those Gen oddities, but go check them out. Matter of fact, I'll post some links down in some of the blogs and stuff that I do because these trees are phenomenal. But I'm going to start pursuing that. I'm going to begin, and I've already begun, spending time with people I care about. Most recently, one of my deeper thoughts is, how well do I know any of these people in my life? Honestly, I have been assuming they are the same person today they were 40 years ago when I first started this friendship or this relationship. We've all evolved since then. So I'm going back and I'm making a concerted effort to get to know them. Look out, I'm coming for you. We're going to get to know each other at this stage of life. And all of this equates to replacing someday with intentional weekly activities. Even if you pick one single day a week, part of a day a week, I don't care, start, that you give yourself permission to practice retirement. And whatever that first step is for you, is it just spending more time with loved ones? Is it like me, you've got one parent left amongst all the parenting people in your life and you want to go spend time with them? When you are 80 and you look back on these decisions you're making after this video today, are you going to be happy and pleased at what you chose to do to move forward? Or are you going to look back and you're going to wish you had listened to me? I don't want to get there and have regrets. That's been something I've done my entire life is I have always attempted to live without regrets. Do I have a couple? Well, you don't get to this age in life without one or two. Oh, I chose poorly on that one. But overall, no. I've had one hell of a ride, and I plan to have another 30 years riding it out with no regrets. And most recently, I have taken a hard look at my numbers for retirement. What I need to live, how much I've got, how long it's going to last, how long do I want to live, all of the pieces that go in there. But something I have begun in earnest is living on my retirement budget. I am paying very close attention to how much I'm actually spending on things like groceries and miscellaneous expenditures. I've given myself an allowance every 2 weeks when I get paid, and I'm tracking how I'm spending that. This last paycheck, that allowance, it was gone within 48 hours. Lesson learned. Pace yourself. Did I really need the things that I purchased? It's reevaluating, realigning, and deciding what you do need, what you don't. And finally, I was brought up with a wonderful work ethic. My mother instilled professional behavior in me starting about age 10. My father set the pace with work ethic and taking care of business. Between those two, I have to be true to myself and continue to give my employer more than what they're bargained for within limits, because I'm reserving my energy for me, but I'm still going to outperform their expectations. But I'm quietly dialing it back. I'm quietly putting finishing, polishing touches on some of those that I had mentored. And I'm letting my proteges fly the nest and sitting back like a proud mama and watching them go. They're not out of my life. They're just launched. If any of this has hit home for you, if you're excited about starting to do this glide retirement approach to where you can begin living now like you're retired, like, subscribe, share this video. We're all headed to this stage of life. Let's do it together. Leave me a comment below. What are you going to start doing with your glide retirement, starting to live like you're retired? Let's start trying it on now. I post on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I got a little to say about a lot of stuff. Hope to see y'all soon. Stop recording.